Not over inflation, debts, or deficits, but over special drawing rights. That's a currency of sorts issued by the International Monetary Fund, the U.S., backing an IMF plan to issue SDRs to help poor countries buy vaccines and restore growth. Republicans like Kennedy, they argue SDRs are inefficient. All IMF states get them, even the rich ones, and that the money can go to rogue states like Iran and China. And here is Yellen and Kennedy arguing whether U.S. taxpayers will foot the bill.
If the United States does agree to provide SDRs, it will have to issue Treasury bills or debt to do it, but it will also.
I rest my case.
It will, I'm sorry, but it will also earn interest on any amounts that it converts on behalf of other countries, and it will be essentially a wash.
But the money will never be paid back.
And it will pay. It does. There is no money to be paid back. Sure. It doesn't matter.
All right, let's get into this. The example of using an SDR. The IMF issues SDRs to a country, say Ghana, for example. Ghana takes those SDRs, exchanges them for hard currency like dollars with the U.S. Over that time period, Ghana does pay an interest to the U.S. In fact, there appeared to be very little chance the U.S. would have to issue bonds to cover the request for dollars. As for rogue states, I'm told no one would do an actual hard currency exchange deal with Iran, and China doesn't need additional reserves. So it's clear developing countries need extra help, and the world is not going to return to normal until they're also on the mend. The question is how to help. SDRs are an easy tool, but they are indeed inefficient, and the politics could complicate putting them to work. Guys, I don't know where else you're going to see a Louisiana senator arguing with a Brooklyn-born Treasury Secretary and her yelling back over SDRs. Only in America, only on CNBC.
That was so fiery, Steve. I mean, so fiery for such a wonky policy. But to your point, in terms of whether SDRs are the right way to go, and I'm just starting to do a little deep dive. I know you know so much more about this, but some of the pushback I've seen is that there could be other ways for the IMF and countries to provide a more targeted and conditional assistance, including potentially, I think, increasing the size of lending. What are some of the other options, or is an SDR really going to be the fastest, simplest way to proceed with this if you want to do something quickly?
I think your question embeds the complexity of the issue. One of the things that's happening here, Morgan, is that the administration is trying to do this in a way that doesn't require congressional approval. The particular amounts being requested would not require congressional approval. So they want to avoid that because obviously another way to do this is to increase U.S. foreign aid to these countries. That would be a help as well. There's other ways to do it. They're talking about changing some of the rules that allow these to be more targeted. The world is behind this. I will say the Trump administration under Secretary Mnuchin was against this because of the inefficiency and the rogue state argument. Rogue state argument doesn't really seem to hold up quite as well as the issue about the inefficiency, which you highlighted in your question, Morgan.
Steve, thank you.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.